Oh, you guys couldn't hear me. I don't know why this is on there. Hold on. It's using the wrong thing. It happens. Things happen, guys. Things happen. But you got to just kind of roll with the punches sometimes. You know what I mean? What the heck? Nah, I'm not rolling with the punches right now. What? Hold on. Let's get rid of some stuff. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the screen. So strange. Oh, there's a bunch of screens on here. Can I get rid of it? What is this stuff? It's malfunctioning. What the heck? Yeah, it malfunctioned, guys. I don't know why it does that. Why I did that. But it's okay. While I'm at it, I might as well fix my camera, huh? Oop, that's not my camera. It's my camera? Yeah, that's my camera. Nice. Wait, not nice. Not nice. Not nice. No, wait, that's not nice either. Nice. Wait, that's not nice. Nice. Not yet. Nice. There we go. Good to see you, Clan. What's up, man? What's up, Skelly? Alright, so I don't want to be on long. So that person who complained about me taking forever to get into Spurs stuff, this is like their wet dream, okay? They are so excited right now. Because, yeah, I'm like literally zooming through things. I feel like we've had a couple interviews recently. And we have to catch up on them, okay? And I won't go live again until Monday. So I want to go ahead and catch up on it because I got a lot to do this weekend. Your boy won't be here. So let's see. We got like 5 interviews, I think. Let's see. Because we haven't done the Castle one, right? We haven't done Castle. Wait, have we done Castle? No, we haven't. We haven't done Castle. We haven't done... What the heck? It did it again. Stop it. This is brought to you by Sleeper, but not like this. Not like this. Not like this. Anyways. So yeah. So I want to go through Harrison Barnes. Castle. So that'll be 2. We have another new Wimby one. That's 3. We have a new Brian Wright one. I mean, Brian Wright. Mitch Johnson one. That's 4. I don't know what we should do for the 5th one. If I'm being transparent here. Maybe Cornette. Maybe Cornette for the 5th one. So, shall we jump through? I wanna just jump through. So which ones did we miss? We did not get to hear what Steph Castle had to say, so I'm gonna dive straight into that. I'm very curious what our boy here has to say. I don't know why it's like this, but recently, I feel like people believe that I'm not crazy about Steph Castle, right? Like, don't get me wrong, everyone has their favorites. Everyone has certain players that they will defend tooth and nail, right? Oh, I can make this 1080p. Like, everyone has that, right? And obviously that's Sohan for me as far as a player that I get very irritated when people talk trash about, because I feel like he genuinely is really good and pretty misunderstood as far as what his role is with San Antonio Spurs, right? And mainstream media don't recognize him. It bothers me. It bothers me. And I understand he's one of those play styles that you're not really going to recognize until you're actually winning. So I guess I can't get too mad, you know, but it bothers me nonetheless. But like, my favorite player is Wemby, obviously. But then someone like Steph Castle, which I advocated for him like crazy. I remember going to bat where so many Spurs fans were upset and they were like, no, we got to take Ricochet or whatever. And I was like, was like, if Ricochet drops to 4 and Steph Castle's there, I want Castle. You know, that's just how I felt. And I still think it was a wonderful decision to go after Steph Castle. So like, I've always liked him. I just don't quite understand people getting upset, you know, that I don't talk about him enough. He's very solid. He doesn't get hate. He's very solid. I like him. He's good. You know, I guess there's not much to say, but he's a very fine player.
Hey Steph, how you been? How was your off season, and what's your kind of excitement level for year 2?
I've been good.
It's finally loud. I don't know why, but it wasn't loud before. Now it's loud, y'all.
Season been long off season for sure, but yeah, I've been able to work on a lot of things, and you know, I'm excited going into this year.
Did you find a place to put the trophy, the Rookie of the Year trophy?
Not me. My mom took it
He's like Kawhi if Kawhi had facial expressions when he talks.
back home, but yeah, I don't know where it's at now. Yeah, it's saved.
Clan Spurs need to trade for Lowry marketing. No, we don't. And you're probably trolling.
Oh, for sure.
Hey, Steph, can you talk about just sort of, I know you've had some open runs, but just sort of the potential for a defensive team that you'll have, so, you know, with yourself, with Wemby, with Jeremy, and then the rookies you have coming in, just talk about just the potential defensively?
Yeah, I feel like our potential defensively is scary. I mean, from what I saw with the flashes defensively, you know, not even like thoroughly going through our coverages yet. Just seeing that already is definitely a great sign. But
it's ridiculous because even in and of itself, even if you didn't have Wemby, right? Let's say like Wemby's out of the equation and then you have Luke Cornett, you're still a really good defensive team, I think. But like Wembanyama being this like generational defender, potentially going to end up being the greatest defender we've ever seen to walk this earth. It is terrifying. I completely agree. It is terrifying for the league. And, you know, this is why I kind of like roll my eyes a little bit when I see Spurs fans say like, are we going to have a shooting problem? First off, I don't think we will. But number two, if we're a mediocre, like outside shooting team and you're an elite defensive team, you're fine. Like you're totally fine. Like it's not easy to score on Sohan in the perimeter. It's not easy to score on Castle in the perimeter, and it's impossible to score on Wemby anywhere on the court. So, well, you know, it's not impossible. Obviously, people have done it, but you know, they try to avoid them by all means necessary.
Yeah, I mean, we have the potential.
Yeah, he did grow
with the length and you know the IQ that we have defensively with the guys that we have. We have potential to be, you know, a great defensive team.
Clan, what place were the Spurs in defense in the NBA last season? That's a really good question. I mean, this is a completely different team than last season, but let's see, NBA defensive teams, 2025, I guess. Team defense. It's loading. It's loading. Let's see here. We were pretty bad as far as defensive rating. We were one of the worst. We were 26th. I mean, we weren't the worst, but that's pretty low, yeah. Wait a minute. What's going on here? The New Zealand Breakers. What am I looking at right now? Oh, this is preseason. Hold on. Oh, yeah, still one of the worst. Yeah, still one of the worst. But, I mean, you don't want to count last season because we had plenty of injuries. Wemby only played half the season. You know, we had Chris Paul out there doing best he can. We're a completely different team now. And then now we have, you know, an actual backup center, more depth. I mean, we're just better, just way better. You know, wasn't too many times we were able to just have like all of our defensive guys out there. Break your shout out. I was very confused. I was like, why is that on here? And I also was like, why is there 32 teams? But yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I accidentally had it on preseason.
Steph, wondering if there were certain aspects of your game that you focused on this offseason.
Just like everyone says, he's gonna say everything, but hopefully he says shooting, corner shooting.
I would say making reads a lot more efficient. I would say quicker reads, a lot of on-ball shot reps, you know, guys go under screens, guys go over screens, you know, finding spots that I could get to that I'm comfortable with. And then, you know, just sharpening up, you know, parts of my game that, you know, I've already would consider strengths. You know, just staying in the gym as much as possible, keeping my conditioning up. You know, I feel like just the little things going to carry me through this year.
There you go. If the Spurs are going to be better in defense, then they can improve in shooting too. Yeah. I'll just say that our pillar is defense, right? Like, I feel like that's going to be our best asset going forward, you know, and depending on how good our defense is how far we can go with this. Because the players that we add to this team, we didn't necessarily add them for shooting, right? Like, we have a lot of versatile players that can do quite a bit of things, but most importantly, it's been that defense. You know, yeah, you started with Sohan, you got Castle, you got Wemby, you know, like that's kind of the big thing. That's the one thing I think. Obviously, everyone can work on shooting, but I'll just be honest with you, man. Transparent right here, like they have surpassed what I thought. I guess I'm thinking of Sohan in particular. Like, he's definitely surpassed what I thought he would be as a shooter. He's just getting better and better. I wasn't expecting his free throw shooting to get as good as it has or better than it was in college, like, because he actually was someone where that shot was just ugly and he's just looking better and better. But yeah, of course you got to improve shooting, you know, but I think you can hang your hat on defense, you know, while they're improving in that area. But you have Harrison Barnes, you have Champagnie, Wemby can shoot. Fox, if he goes back to before his injury, he can shoot. Dylan Harper's a pretty decent catch and shoot player. We know Sohan's been working on his shot. I'm pretty sure Keldon has been working on his shot. I mean, that's going to have to be his role, I would think. So I think they're good. They'll be all right. Spurs got to be a top 15 in defense and shooting, and then Spurs will be a playoff contender, a lock. Oh, top 15 defense. That's going to be easy. That's going to be easy for this team.
Def on a team with De'Aaron coming back and Dylan being added.
I'm saying top 5 in my opinion.
Say it again.
What position do you play?
For what?
On the basketball court?
Oh.
Oh, he cursed right there. What position does he play? I mean, he's everything. He's everything. If I had to throw a position on him, I'll say point guard. But yeah, I don't know. He's 1 through 3.
I mean, I play the 1 and the 2. I mean, really wherever the guys need me to play.
With De'Aaron and Dylan around, is that mix going to work? And have you thought about that? And have you kind of tried out any of it? I know those guys are banged up, but do you have a vision in your head of how that mix works on the court?
Yeah, definitely. I haven't really got to play, you know, a lot with those guys this summer for obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean, just having 3 talented, you know, high IQ guards like that, you know, share, you know, the similar position. I feel like it's a plus for us, you know, being able to play off of each other, you know, learn each other game pretty early. And, I mean, just us being on the court together, I feel like we'll be able to feed off each other pretty well.
Worst narrative I've heard this offseason was Spurs have too many ball-dominant guards. I have no idea where that came from. Maybe you can make an argument for Fox, maybe, but, like, I don't see how you could see the trajectory of Steph Castle's career and how he's been thus far through college to now and say he's ball dominant. And I don't see how you can say that with Dylan Harper either, who is capable of doing both. I don't really understand that. And people have been like wondering like, how does that work with ball dominant guards? I saw that like quite a bit over the offseason, and it bothers me.
I think I wanted to ask.
Doesn't
you
make
guys,
sense.
I'm glad to see you back. You made it through a trip to Europe with Jeremy as your chaperone. How did that work? What was the highlights of that trip?
I mean, it was great. Jeremy was a great host. Everybody was safe. We had a great time. But yeah, I mean, now it's time to lock into the season.
Steph, over here. Saw this summer that you were training with the Guard Whisperer. A lot of YouTube videos. What was unique about that experience?
I mean, it's really same schedule for me. I've been with Olin since 11th grade, so you know, just I feel like they're just probably just putting more videos out. I mean, it's not really much difference to it, but I mean, yeah, me and O been locked in, you know, head down working since in 11th grade for me.
Oh, he's been with him for a minute now.
You've had the opportunity now to share a locker room, learn from Chris Paul and now De'Aaron Fox. What have you gleaned from them as a lead guard with that decision-making stuff? What have you taken from their leadership?
I mean, just seeing how, you know, controlled and.
Whoa, Frank. Clan legit. If Spurs are going to improve, it's because Castle is going to be shooting threes at almost a 38% clip. Why would he have to shoot at a 38+% clip? That is insane. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. I think you can hang that up. And nor do I think that like our future hangs on the balance of whether or not Castle can shoot 40% from three. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, that's pretty high. 38% is very high. No, he doesn't have to do that. If he can just improve to like a 35% low volume 3-point shooter, he'll be totally fine. He just needs a respectable 3-point shot. But yeah, no, I'm not hanging on that. Now, Dylan Harper, you know, he is so dynamic offensively till I do think he needs to make sure, you know, he can shoot at a pretty nice clip. But Steph Castle brings a few other things. That's crazy though. Yeah, that's crazy.
And how efficient they are on the court with their reads. Like I talked about it earlier, being able to play with CP last year was definitely a big help. Being able to see how he sees the court, you know, him, you know, always, you know, finding me and feeding me, you know, information on what he sees. It definitely opened my eyes to, you know, how they see the game. And I feel like guards like that, high-level guards, you know, they see the game way different than, you know, guys that play different positions or guys that, you know, are just in our league. You know, they separate themselves. So being able to pick up from them with that and being able to take those steps for myself is probably what's going to help me get through this year.
And then now having some additional help with the big man with Cornette and Olynyk, how do those guys sort of make your job easier as an initiator?
I make it a lot easier. I haven't got to play with KO since he's got here, but just playing with Luke, I mean, he makes the game pretty simple. I mean, his passing ability is I'll say a lot more underrated than people would think, and I feel like that makes the game easier for guards too.
Luke Cornette is a smart player overall. He is just a smart player overall. I don't think people really recognize how crazy of a grab that was, because not only did the Spurs get a backup defensive center, I think they got the backup defensive center. Like, the backup center. Completely forgot we got Olynyk. Yeah, Olynyk's a really great addition as well.
Being able to trust your big to make a play, you know, when you're getting, you know, jammed up or whatever the case may be. But also having another lob threat off the bench is definitely going to be a plus.
Hey, Steph, you talked a lot about your fit with Dylan, but what have you seen from
It is going to be crazy.
Work ethic wise, you know, just how they're
Playoff season.
You know, how they act.
Yeah, I'd say they're carrying themselves like pros. You know, getting here on time, doing the little stuff, you know, paying attention, not being afraid to speak up. I feel like they're carrying themselves like pros, and just doing this early is only going to, you know, set them to have a good rookie year.
Have you figured out if they're going to be any better about rookie duties than you were?
I don't know. That's not really my call. I don't really give out the rookie duties. I don't think I got that kind of stain yet. So.
Steph, this is kind of a follow-up to the position question. Mitch answered it saying he's very, very good. That's his position. Is too much made of that from the outside? I mean, you guys go out there and just best five are going to be out there, period, in today's day and age.
I like to think that I don't really bring up positions that often. The only thing that like it's certain players where it's pretty obvious, right? That positions you don't put them in, like Sohan is a power forward. Like I don't think, like I don't want to see him as small forward, right? He can play center at times, but he's a power forward / center. Like that's what he is in the NBA, right? It's very obvious. And then you got guys that just kind of move around, right? But like Keldon, you don't want to put him at point guard, right? But he can run shooting guard, small forward, and at times, you know, power forward. So like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why they focus on it so much as far as positions. I do care about who's the starting lineup, you know, how are we going to set the tone, but like as far as like what position Castle is in, I don't know. The only thing that worries me with him is the shooting guard position because of the shooting, but like it's fine. I don't know. You just don't have to put guys in positions that they, you know, obviously shouldn't be in. That's all. I don't know why they focus on it so much.
Just wondering if that maybe too much is made of it from the outside.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. I mean, when we're drawing up plays, we don't put, you know, point guard, shooting guard here, small forward here. You know, we kind of just go out there and, you know, play to the best of our abilities. So, I mean, yeah, coach is gonna put the best five on the floor, and we're gonna go out there and compete.
Steph, it's his first official year as head coach, Mitch Johnson, obviously, but you guys have had.
Clint, you're saying to yourself, Castle is shooting guard role, but he dunks more than he shoots. He's just not a shooter yet. I mean, that's fine. I just don't think he's going to improve in that aspect, right? But that just shows how good he is that he's not a shooter and he still managed to be impactful when he's on the court because of his defense, because of his basketball IQ, because of his cuts, you know. I mean, I just love that. I don't know the pump fake that it's not even a pump fake. The what would you call it, guys? Like that hesitation he does getting to the basket, like he just slows down. I don't even know what you call that. I don't know the technical terms for all these. But anyways, I just like Castle. I didn't even say he's a shooting guard. I say he's a point guard. I say he's a point guard / shooting guard. But yeah, I wouldn't just like plug him at shooting guard. Deceleration. Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
Basically a full season with him kind of running the show. What have you seen when it comes to scheme or just him growing
Hezzy?
as
No,
a
it's not a
coach? What have
hezzy.
you learned from him and what you're going to be doing going forward under his sort of regime?
It's just decelerating.
I would just say tendencies and stuff that he likes to run. You know, Coach Mitch, he likes to play fast. You know, I feel like a lot of the guys on our team like to play fast. So, I mean, that was an easy mesh for us. So, you know, just being able to trust in his judgment within the plays, you know, defensive coverage. I mean, it's all been like, it's all been well educated to us on why our schemes are like that. So, you know, I feel like we all have the utmost trust in Mitch, and you know, we're just ready for the season.
So my lineup is Fox, Harper, Castle, Sohan, Wemby. My lineup is Fox, Fasell, Harrison, Barnes, Sohan, Wemby. So we're kind of different.
Seen Victor on a basketball court since February.
I just have Castle coming off the court or coming off the bench. I'll probably finish with him though, because he's a strong finisher.
I suppose you guys probably have seen him behind the scenes a little bit. How's he looking, and what's the excitement level to have that dude back in the lineup?
I mean, it's great to have Vic back. It's always good to have him on the court, on both sides. I mean, he's been looking great. He's looking healthy, in shape. He's been working his tail off all summer to get to this point. So I think he's gonna have a great year this year. I'm happy for how it looks right now, but I'm even more excited to see how it look, mid-season once we get things rolling.
Hey, Steph, over here. What would be satisfactory for you to accomplish to follow up your Rookie of the Year season?
To have a winning season, I'm happy that, I can kind of get that off my chest now. I mean, it's like a weight lifted off my shoulders. So now I can, primarily focus on, team accolades, being able to, one of our goals this year is to make the playoffs. So I feel like that would be a success in a year or two for me.
Steph, good morning.
Carolina T.
Coach Mitch Johnson said that Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell are now veterans on the court. What are some qualities that you've seen from them on the court that shows you that they're veterans?
Communication, holding people accountable. I said it earlier, not just being on time, being early to things, showing how things are supposed to be done. They've been here the longest out of everybody else on our team, so they kind of know how everything goes. But yeah, just them, being leaders for us, on and off the court. I feel like those are the biggest qualities that I've seen from them.
Nice. Man, you owe me $2, Clan. What? Why? Wait, I should wait. You owe me $2. All right? Clan owes me money too. It's my birthday's coming up. What the heck? Hi. Hello. Yeah, but Demar doesn't contribute to a championship team. He's been mediocre in that respect. Talking about DeRozan? I need to speed these up. That took a minute. Alright, what else we got here? Next order on the list, we're going to do... You guys told me to watch Harrison Barnes.
Good, how you doing, man?
You guys were crazy about this Harrison Barnes one, and I had not gotten to it yet. I'm going to speed it up just a little bit. Forgive me. All right, let's listen.
Yeah.
All right. Your thoughts on the season ahead? Expectations for you and for the team?
Yeah, no, I think we got it's been a great summer. Guys working hard, getting ready for the season. I know that everyone's anxious to start the season, and I think the biggest thing for us is taking the energy that Keldon's displaying right now, waving at me obnoxiously. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, Keldon. No, but I think it should be a fun season for us.
Having close to a healthy team, hopefully, Victor cleared by the league and the Spurs, right? Fox is on the mend, but looks like he'll be good to go. How important is that for this team to finally be healthy, to finally get going, have a full season again?
I think it's huge. I think it's obviously difficult as a group for us as a collective, but also him personally not to be with us, at the second half of the season last year. But I think he's worked extremely hard this summer. He's put in a great few months of work, and I'm excited to see him and see all of us collectively together.
The fact that Harrison Barnes just now became a Spur just seems wrong. I just feel like he should have been a Spur a long time ago. I've always wanted Harrison Barnes on our team. Just full disclaimer. I've always actually wanted him on the team. And I know the Spurs have as well. Like, there were talks before of him coming to the Spurs, and it just didn't work out. But, yeah, man, I don't know. He should have been here. Like, he just kind of belongs here.
Building that momentum.
I've got an easy one. How excited are you to have Vic back in the lineup and on the floor?
It'll help our defense tremendously. But no, I think just for him personally, I think it was tough not being out there, especially because, it's always like the what if, how would the season have ended if he would have continued on the trajectory that he was on. But this summer, in the preseason so far, before the official training camp, I mean, everyone's been in the gym, the chemistry's been great, the energy has been high, so I think everyone's looking forward to it.
Were you able to follow his world tour on Instagram or whatever social media platform he is this summer?
I was around for some of it, but yeah, he was he was everywhere. He was everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, Harrison, like last year I asked you about being the first guy with a championship.
Harrison Barnes just feels like a future politician to me. A liar? I don't think Harrison Barnes lying to me when he speaks.
On his resume to join this roster. Now adding Luke to the mix, you know, what's that been like? And have you still been able to kind of teach some of these younger guys about building habits and things that you wanted to kind of instill?
Man, it's been so long since we won. You know, I had to ask Luke, you know, how's it been? But no, it's been great having him around. Him, Kelly, Lindy. Obviously Jordan was with us last year. Just having guys from different teams, different experiences to kind of come in, share with the group, share with the young guys. You know,
I had to wait a minute. I was like, Lindy. I was like, did he mean to say Wimby? Okay, he literally did mean Lindy Waters.
What they've seen, things that work for them, things that haven't. So I think it's been a really good mix of guys coming in to be able to offer different perspectives.
And then from a leadership standpoint, you know, how would you describe De'Aaron Fox as a leader, whether vocally on the court, off the court?
You know, I think Fox is he's great. I think he's able to. I think his game speaks for itself. I think he's able to draw, create at a high level. I think those are the things that most people are going to see, but I think off the court he's able to connect with guys. I think he's able to have conversations, whether it's with someone who's 19 or someone who's 33. You know, I think he can kind of connect with people on both sides.
Yeah, that's true. And we kind of seen that on those podcasts as well. Like, I don't know. He's a good, I don't know. We were talking about this before, but like a lot of people, or it was a lot of people. It was a couple people in the chat that were basically like, yeah, I don't know. He got a weird vibe to me. But it's just the cadence in which he speaks, you know. He kind of speaks in the same cadence of Kyrie Irving, and I'm not a fan of Kyrie Irving. As far he seems like a jerk. I'll just be honest. Like guys like him and JJ Redick, I don't know. It's something about them. Maybe it's the school they went to, man. It has to be the school they went to. But yeah.
Person over here, being in the league for so long, I'm sure you had impressions and you knew about Spurs culture, but what was it like experiencing it, you know, firsthand for the first time last season?
No, I thought it was unbelievable. I think a lot of times, you know, in this league, it's common for people to talk about family and culture and things like that. But I think, obviously, last year was a unique situation for a lot of different things. But I thought those circumstances brought the family aspect of things to the forefront, right? And I think to see that in real time, to see the collection of not only players, staff, people in the organization, but like former players consistently being around, showing up every day, whether it was for Coach Pop, whether it was for us, current players. I thought that was huge to see that. I mean, no one had to.
Harrison, having now inherited the grizzled old man mantle from Chris, you're qualified to answer this. Is this team ready to win yet?
You know, some of these guys think that me and Chris are the same age. I still haven't knocked that notion out of place, but
Harrison Barnes is like 31, right? How old is Harrison Barnes? 32? Hey Alexa, how old is Harrison Barnes?
Harrison Barnes is 33 years old and was born on May 30th, 1992.
Huh, he's only 33. Yeah, I don't know. Huh. Well, you guys knew right off the bat. Huh?
I'll take it. But yeah, no, I think this group is, I think we're poised to do some positive things this year. I think the biggest thing for us is just how we show up every single day. But I think the expectation that we have internally amongst ourselves and the standard that we have, it's going to be a fun season.
You were kind of thrown into it last year, but having been around it for a year, do you see that step kind of in the process of being made that all winning teams kind of have to go through that step from not contending to contending and what have you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, our entire makeup has changed from last year. And I think collectively as a group, we have a little bit more shared experience. Now, obviously, there's still some parts that, you know, need to be, that we just need time with, right? I mean, I don't know how many games that De'Aaron and Victor are actually on the court together, right? But it's like, you know, there's a lot of things that are positive going into the season that we're all looking forward to. And I think that we're willing to show up in the meantime before we can all get there.
Harrison, throughout your tenure as an NBA player, you focused on community projects, specifically coming into this season.
Going to my wife and I, and for the most part, we
jump
focused
ahead
on
just a little bit.
Harrison, you talk about Coach Mitch, and you know, obviously,
there's juicy stuff.
He inherited last season.
No, I'm not married.
Just kind of
What
you've seen so far, you know, now that he's officially in charge now.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, Coach Mitch has done a great job of handling a difficult situation last year. I mean, being thrust into that position. I mean, nobody is prepared for that, but I think he did the best job possible.
That's right.
Driver's seat.
Oh crap! Sorry. Married to the game, baby. Exactly. I'm married to the game. I'm married to the Spurs. That's my baby. That's my baby right there.
This year will be, a continuation of that, but also something different, right? I mean, starting off in the drive.
I was gonna pick up when I said that. I was gonna either pick up my Wemby pop figure, my Kawhi statue, or the Sohan plushie, and I was gonna give it a little kiss, but I didn't want to get clipped. I felt like I wouldn't have been able to live that down. I wouldn't have been able to live that down. People would have used that, just like how they use that thumbnail on Twitter all the time with Primo, where I put Primo and Kobe have something in common, and they just use that like crazy.
Driver's seat, running your first training camp, doing things on your own kind of terms, right? Building off kind of a system that's in place, but making it your own. I think that's the biggest thing that I think he's done. I think he's implemented. I think guys can see that and understand that, and I think he's positioned well to make this thing his own.
Harrison, did you notice that
That's another person you don't really think about who's had a complete off season, right? Of being acclimated to his new position and also adding coaches to the mix. So that's someone we don't really think about.
he had a chance to start implementing his own stuff as the season went on last year? Because it was almost an entire season that he was kind of in charge.
No, I mean, I think that's a tough assessment to say. Did he just take the reins and start just doing his own thing? I think for the most part, all of us in general were just trying to maintain.
So no. That's the answer. No. And that was one of the reasons why I did think that we should have been kinder to Mitch Johnson, which I was pretty kind. I think I was pretty kind to him, right? Like, that's one thing I kept bringing up to everybody. Like, he didn't do it. He didn't do it, and it was kind of just up in the air. I don't think anyone knew if Popovich was going to be able to be back. I don't, in my personal opinion, I mean, I'm sure it's probably been like small talk, but in my personal opinion, I don't think there was ever a time throughout the season where the front office came to Mitch Johnson and said, look, Popovich, he's not coming back, right? Like, I don't think the Spurs would have been releasing the statements like they did on Pop, where it seemed like, oh, they're hoping he could be back and all this stuff. But I just have the vibe. I have nothing to base this off of, right? This is only like an inference based on like who Popovich is as a person. I feel like Popovich is probably he was probably the first one to tell Mitch Johnson like straight up that he's not gonna be back. That's what I think. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong. But when it kept getting pushed back, I was like, yeah, guys, I don't think we'll see him again. Like, I don't think we'll see Popovich on that court again. Nor did I really want him on the court again, So, yeah. Anyways, I say all that to say this. There's no way Mitch Johnson was able to do anything last season, right? He was just trying to keep things rolling.
What was already going on, right? The things that we put in training camp, the principles that we had, the standards that we have. That's not to say that coming into this year we're going to have completely different standards and techniques and strategies, but I think, like I said, the
basics are there, but it's going to be his touch. And there's new coaches here. It's going to be a little different.
This year, with Coach Mitch having a coach's retreat, a training camp, a preseason, like there's just building blocks that'll be different coming into this season, that he can say, okay, look, I have full ownership of the things that are going on, and everyone is clear on the communication of what we're doing, and then from here, now we can judge the season based off, like I said, him having a full preseason to set the table.
I know Mitch Johnson is his own man, but the only thing I ask is just go off on reporters sometimes. Just call them stupid. That's all. I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that Popovich did it, but just I don't know, man. Just make me feel at home again, It's not the same. His interviews are just too they're too mature. I need some of that Pop immaturity, just a little bit.
At this stage of your career, do you do anything differently during the off season? With an eye toward your Ironman streak, how proud are you of that and looking forward to maintaining it?
Ironman streak?
Yeah, for me, honestly.
Oh, just playing games?
The main thing remains the main thing. I mean, it's just you go out there, you train, you compete, you stay sharp. you kind of build up that resilience in your body to be able to take on an 82-game season. But for the most part, the training aspect doesn't change much. It's still doing something every single day to try to prepare yourself for the season. And then when the season comes, it's making sure that you're ready every single night.
Harrison, you've played for championship teams and rebuilding ones. What's one thing that stayed with you throughout all those years?
I think the one thing that has stayed with me through winning teams is the commitment to the details every day. I think that a lot of times, the margin between, a deep playoff team and a lottery team is in the details, right? It's not necessarily large gaps in terms of talent, large gaps in terms of how a team can play from night to night. Is can they do that every single night? Can they do those details every single night? And I think that guys understood that. I think guys sensed that last season, knowing where we were as a group and where we could have been on some nights and where we were on other nights. And I think that has been a huge motivation coming into the season, and it's been a consistent message that's been talked about.
We don't really talk about how the Spurs did improve a lot since the season prior. Like, they did improve a lot. And the record would have shown it even more if Wemby was healthy. But,
for the coming months, coming into the season.
Hi, HB. You just talked about literacy, so it just made me think about the book club you used to have last year. So I'm just curious if you're gonna try to keep that thing going on, and especially with Wemby, like we know how much he likes to read.
Yeah. I mean, I think hopefully the rookies this year will be a little bit more compliant with the book club than last year. They went a little rogue on me. But no, we'll definitely have that again.
Was Wemby the only one that participated? Don't forget that there was a time when we were discussing who to bring in to replace Mitch as coach. I mean, it was just so. I mean, I don't blame anybody, and I was one of those too, right? I was on it too, because there were so many coaches available that we knew not only had a connection to the Spurs, but we knew how good that they are as coaches, right? But as time went on, I started really softening up to the idea of, look, Mitch Johnson, this wasn't his year, right? Like, this wasn't his team. And then when you start looking at all the testimonials and the fact that he's been around for a lot of this stuff, some of the guys we've drafted, and it does make sense. It does make sense, right? And I've really liked the additions that he's added as far as the coaching staff and stuff. So, yeah, that's true. But yeah, why did you say that? I mean, it's a good point. I mean, we did bring that up. He was just saying, like, I don't know. Suggest the Spurs go after Steve Kerr since his contract is up after this year. I say give Mitch a chance. Well, now, yeah, give him, like, there's none of that now, It's a Spurs way. Spurs way. I don't know what I just clicked on. All right. Got to see the Keldon's interview. He's the heart and soul of the team. I'm gonna skip over that one and go to Mitch Johnson. We'll do Mitch Johnson next. I'm gonna do Mitch Johnson and then Wemby, and then there's something else I wanted to bring up. Actually, before we do any of that, I want you guys to know something, okay? All right, everybody in the chat, everyone listen up, okay? Listen up. Shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video. If you guys are interested whatsoever in daily fantasy sports, please download Sleeper. Use my promo code, okay? Use my promo code. Use promo code CLAN, okay? And you'll receive 100% bonus, or not bonus, but 100% match up to $100. But most importantly, okay? You're like, CLAN, I don't want to spend any money on daily sport. I don't care about any of that. Well, you'll get $20 free just by signing up, okay? Just by signing up. So if you download it right now, use the link below, you'll get $20 right off the bat to mess around with. And if you like it, then you can continue. If you don't, well, keep continuing, because the app also has really great live coverage, and it's almost like social media just for sports, right? So you'll get to see when the Spurs are playing, we can see the scores, the analytics, just people talking about it. It's good stuff. So nonetheless, download it, try it out, see if you like some daily fantasy sports. I like fantasy sports, but yeah, you let me know. But big shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this video. But yes, use that link below and use that promo code, okay? Use promo code CLAN. All right, thank you. My camera just shuttered. Okay. Mitch Johnson. Why is it doing this? All this weird stuff
Heard a lot
popping
of
up.
guys talk about Sean Sweeney. What are you seeing, or what is he doing schematically? Anything different than what you guys have done before? What's been his emphasis as he builds the defense?
It's all of our first camp. So there's been a lot of conversations and discussions since the springtime of what we would do and how we want to do it and implement. And I think Sean's been a big part of that, but so has Corliss Williamson and the staff that was already here with Mike and Matt and Scott King. But Sean obviously has a wealth of experience at the places he's been and the responsibilities he's had. And so I think that's what you feel a lot of times is just some of the install and the nuance and attention to detail. He's been doing it for a very long time at a high level.
When you guys have somebody like Wemby, it's got to be a lot of fun to have those meetings in the springtime. Like, what can we do with this guy and these other guys around him defensively? And when did defense, was it in those kind of meetings where like, okay, that's got to be our focus when we have somebody like that?
Yeah, I think that's been the focus here for a long time. And I think even when things haven't gone as well as we've wanted to, you're still building a foundation of habits and a style of play that you want to grow into.
Can I say something? I just want to say this. Say what you want about Mitch Johnson, but the man does sound like a coach. I don't know how to explain it. I don't know what I mean by it. But when you hear him speak, he sounds like a coach.
Too. And so hopefully, even maybe some of the things that we're working on now, hopefully we're a little bit better in mid-November. And then hopefully we're a little bit better in mid-January and so on and so forth. But obviously Victor's defensive skill set and versatility allows you to be creative, but I think it's also important to have a base and kind of have somewhere to grow from, and anchor to.
Really random question. It has nothing to do with anything. It doesn't matter. It has no effect on whether or not we win these games, right? Do you think Mitch Johnson's fun to like hang out with? I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's young and hungry, but like, he doesn't seem fun to hang out with. Is that crazy to say? I don't know. He just doesn't seem very playful. I could be wrong though. I hope he is. I think that's a good quality of a coach. He just doesn't seem that playful. Good coaching voice. Good coaching voice. When they announced that he was, the coach and Pop came up and spoke and everything, and I saw Mitch Johnson with his family, and it was very sweet. It's like, yeah, I love seeing I love seeing people with their families, right? It makes me happy inside. But I was just like, man, they just seem so serious. I don't know. Not my vibe.
This might be a difficult question to answer, but this is obviously your first camp in charge. Is there anything people would notice that is different from maybe a Pop camp that you're doing differently?
I'm sure there's going to be a lot of differences in that question. Yeah. I think for me, speaking from that perspective, it's really unique to coach 77 games in a row, pretty much very close to a whole season. And then think about
Clan Mitch is Duncan-esque. To the world, he is boring, but for the Spurs, he's a wild guy. Well, I keep up with everything, and no, I thought Tim Duncan was always pretty fun. Even to the world, right? They're like, hey, he just does his job, he just does his thing. But like, there was plenty of Duncan moments. People knew that Duncan was like pretty playful, It doesn't matter. I'm just curious. You're probably right, though. You're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right.
For 5.5
I don't think we got a Bill Belichick thing going on here.
months, how you would prepare since you didn't have an opportunity to prepare before those 77 games. It's a very unique perspective in time of reflection that I went through, especially with a lot of the same, right? We have some new staff and some new players, but it really did give me quite a lot to think about of what I would do for camp. So it's been fun.
Saw Kelly out there. Where's his recovery at?
Yeah, he's progressing well. He's continuing to do more and more on the court. Obviously, he competed some today, and I think again, someone with his experience, we trust him as much as the medical kind of partner. And just how do you feel? What's it look like? And continue to get better and get in shape. So,
Fox and Harper, how much have they been able to do on the floor?
Yo, thanks for the super chat, Larry. He says, just sending love to start the season off. Salute to you, brother, for holding it down for the fam all these years. Oh gosh, has it been years? Oh God. Yeah, we started making videos on here since Kawhi got traded. Hey, we've been through some tough times, man. This channel's about to blow up now. It's about to blow up because we finally got a winning team. Man, we went through some hard times. We're winning the chip. Okay. Oh my God. 81-1 season incoming. Loves. Didn't you say this last season? And what's the one game? You might as well just say 82-0. What's the one game that we lose? It's kind of disrespectful. It's like more disrespectful to say 81-1 than just say 82. What's that one game we're gonna lose? You're strange. I like you, Larry.
Again, have been progressing on the court. Everybody is trending in the right direction. Not everybody's timeline is the same. And again, in October the 3rd, I think today is, we're not going to be
No team is perfect. Oh, okay.
hard pressed because we know we got a long season ahead of us. So we're going to take the conservative approach as we always do. But everybody's trending the right way. Everybody's on the court and everybody's getting work in.
After we talked to you on Monday, they brought out De'Aaron.
Oh, your home team.
Doesn't think he'll be cleared for the first game against Dallas. Does that jive with what you're hearing? Or?
I mean, that would be the conservative approach, right? Again, we're not going to do anything that.
Do we have to? I don't know, guys. Just let me. I would handle this, okay? Just let me handle things. I need everyone to play day one, okay? I'm gonna treat it like it's the finals. Day one, you got to play, and then you can take a couple days off. Give me a job.
Puts him or anybody in harm's way, or to try to rush anything. You know, game one, and then you got 81 after that, right? At least. So he's doing really well. You know, I think he already said he's the fastest guy in the league right now. So that's a good place to start from.
It could be a little longer than one.
He is the fastest. Dude, if it was a 62 game season, you think he plays? I think he plays day one if it's 62 games.
So that's the conservative.
I mean, I think the conservative approach is we just don't have a timeline, right? Everybody that's not playing, we'd rather be a little long than short, a little late than early.
What have you seen from Devin the first week of camp? He kind of mentioned that this is the first time in a long time he had a full summer healthy to ramp up towards this. Are you noticing the difference just in health-wise?
Yeah, and I think anytime someone has a full off season.
Does Mitch Johnson look like Terrence Howard? He doesn't, but he does. You know what I mean? Yeah, Mike.
And healthy, and they put in the right work and right approach, you typically see the return on that, right? These guys have a lot of resources, and they obviously have a lot of natural ability, and so when you mix that together, you usually get results. And so it's been nice to see him do that, and he's just an adult, I guess is how I see it, which is funny to say because I remember when he wasn't.
Tell me that tape fell out of your pocket, Mike. Tell me it fell out your pocket, Mike.
I think health is every year, every team, right? It's the one thing you can't control. So you knock on wood and do what you can in your preparation and your recovery and your medical team that we feel like we have the best of. But, you know, at the same time, you got to go out and play and compete. So we'll do what we can, control what we can control. But the stability piece for sure, and being able to have consistency and connectivity just in terms of what we want to do and me trying to be a.
Clan, is there any more funny footage of Chet not maxing the limits with the 15-pound weights like last time? Actually, I think those weights were heavier than what we thought initially. Somebody pointed that out. So yeah, I think we were wrong on that. But still, it still looks very funny, and he did not get any bigger. The truth is this: Chet Holmgren, he's going to be limited in how much mass he can put on and how much strength he can put on because of his frame, right? Like, people really underestimate the frame part. They think everyone can just become a Giannis if you pump weights enough. That's not true. Everyone has different frames, right? And it's only so big you can get. I don't think Chet is one of those that can get that big. Wemby, however, has a crazy frame, so it's very obvious how strong and big that dude can get, you know? So, yeah, Wemby gained more muscle and strength. He definitely did. Like, the other season, I was, like, rolling my eyes when people said it. This season, yeah, he did. Like, it's very obvious. And it's very obvious he gotten taller, too. So.
As organic as I can to leave my imprints and lead and set the vision and the expectations for these guys.
How different is it when you're in the head chair making decisions on the injury stuff?
Yeah, you don't see swole dudes with extra narrow shoulders. Yeah, it don't happen.
Like how much you want.
And that's fine. Like, he'd still be very successful. I mean, he just won a championship, right? I mean, he was a role player, but he can still be a really great defender. He can be a great outside shooter, but he's going to be limited, right? It's not going to be on the same level as Wemby when they go head to head. Like, he's not going to be able to compete with the Wemby. He just can't. Not one-on-one, but as a cog in a really good system. And I don't mean that as like he's just a cog, right? He's going to be really good. I think I think Chet's going to be really good. But I also think Chet is very limited. And I don't wish this for him, and I don't wish this on anyone, but I do think if you're talking about guys that are tall, that has risk of injury, I feel like Chet would be higher on that list than Wemby. But I mean, what do I know? I mean, Wemby just dealt with a blood clot, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But you know what I mean. I think most people would agree with that.
Versus being conservative to get a guy back to play and making decisions about how to adjust the rotation over like a period of time based on how available you think a guy's going to be.
You're saying in relation to injury?
Yeah.
None. We've always, since I've been here, even when I was as an assistant coach and worked very closely with the medical, we've always made decisions as a group. There'll be player or a group of, that he trusts in his inner circle and a group of people with us, and we'll discuss it. We don't have one person that's the judge, jury, and executioner on that. Obviously, I'll be a big part of that conversation.
I love that everyone respects the input of professionals, and I know that that's like, I don't know. I just feel like that should be a baseline with everything. I don't want to go into a rant, but oh my God, society today, no one trusts professionals at all. Everyone thinks that they're the expert on everything. It irritates me like crazy. It's like people that will go to school for multitude of years, so much experience, having hundreds upon hundreds of cases that they can jump back to as a state of reference to tell you, hey, I think this person is in this state, and they can go and they can practice, they can play or whatnot. I really respect people that have professions and things, and I think that is good and healthy for a society when we all can rely on the experts rather than everyone doing their own research on everything. I don't know. That's my rant. You can't trust professionals, then what are we doing? Now we're just going off of fifis. That's why this is why I love the Spurs, okay? As an organization, when you say they're a class act organization, everyone sees the players. They sit back and they're like, this player is such a great guy. He's such a nice guy. But it's everything about this organization. They're awesome. It's everything about them. They put the ego aside. Listen to the professionals. That's why I knew that whole Kawhi situation was BS. When they were like, oh, well, it's the Spurs doing this, that, and the third. It's like, I've kept up with Spurs for a long time. They listen to the doctors. They don't just force you out there to play. Like, they make sure everything is good. Everyone listens to the experts. It's not like just one sole dictator that just dictates everything. I hate that, bro. I hate it. I don't know. That's my mini rant, okay? Said the death of expertise. It just pisses me off when everyone has a phone, so they just think they're expert at everything. Meanwhile, somebody who went to college and for a multitude of years and so many hours put into a profession, oh well, whatever. God, do you call your doctor to come fix your car? Do you call your mechanic when your tummy hurts? Irritates me. Yeah, Uncle Dennis. Yeah. Expert dictator. Yeah, I just mean society in whole, man. Irritates me.
But yeah, I would never inject my voice into that over somebody else.
When it comes to your
and I can't stand. This is my pet peeve. I can't stand people that talk about things like with a lot of confidence and they know nothing about it. If I'm talking about something Spurs related, right, and I genuinely don't know, I'll tell you guys I don't know. This is what I feel, but I don't know, right? And then once we get more information, I'll relay that to you. But like, people will like literally just talk about something, know nothing about it with the most confidence. That's my pet peeve. I hate people like that. I cannot stand people like that. This is why I love the Spurs. And this is why I hate the Cowboys. Because I'm a Cowboys fan. This is why I hate them. This is why I hate them. Because you have someone like Jerry Jones who just thinks he knows everything about everything. Okay. That's my rant. That's my rant.
It's your organic imprint, as you put it. What would you say is maybe your tenet, the thing that you're leaning on most in terms of like the question Jeff asked, you learning how to make this your own this summer? What has been one of those main factors that you're bringing to camp that you've really tried to focus on as a head man?
I know this won't be a splashy headline, but being myself, and I think just really using my staff. I think really allowing them to use their talents and delegate. And
No. Being an owner for like 50 years does not make you an expert. No. He's an expert in marketing. He's been an expert in that. Obviously, he bring in so much money with the Cowboys. Obviously, he's good at that. He's good at marketing. He's good at selling his product, his awful product every year. Yeah, he's good at that. He can do that. He's a salesman. But my God, bro, he will make statements on medical issues and like give his suggestions on players medically. And it's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? I remember that Hard Knocks thing they did with the Cowboys, and he was literally like kind of like pressuring the doctors to allow Dak to play. He's like, well, can he just throw the ball a little bit? I think he should just be able to throw the ball a little bit. And they're like, no, he can't throw the ball at all. Like, well, are you sure he can't do this? Like, shut up. No, you don't know anything. Stop acting like you know stuff. I don't know.
Use that to help me and support me, and then allow me to compartmentalize and not get overwhelmed or get too spread out. So I think my staff has been tremendous in that way.
Who won 5 Super Bowls? Jerry Jones ain't won no 5 Super Bowls. Jimmy Johnson won those 3. He won those 3. You can say he didn't win the 3rd one. That was his team. And Jerry ain't never won with a team by himself. He ain't never done that. It was Jimmy Johnson.
Steph Castle told me the other day in one of our
Jimmy Johnson chose those players.
He kind of, as a rookie, didn't want to step on anybody's toes, so he felt like maybe he was holding back a little bit coming into the season. Obviously, he's well grooved as the season progressed and played even more when
Exactly, Frosty.
you guys lean on him more. How do you see his second-year growth, his what kind of step he takes in year 2, and what's the ceiling for this guy?
Man, Jerry Jones came in and then he fired Tom Landry. Ain't that what happened? Like Tom Landry was gone when Jerry came in. Jerry's horrible, bro. Yeah, he's an expert. Yeah, he's an expert con artist. That's what he is. Expert con artist. He's great at that.
I think anytime you go through something for the first time, it gives you the opportunity to kind of catch your breath. Anything new can be a lot, right? Whether it's nerves or it's expectations or a little overwhelming. The game's fast is a term we use a lot in basketball. And, so I think everything that was thrown at him last year and the way that he reacted and adapted, you would expect some leap in growth there. I think also hopefully us being healthy and him not always having to at times handle the ball, score, pass, create, then guard. Hopefully that's when you add different pieces and more pieces and healthy people all together. Everybody will feel that effect a little bit of the group pulling together. And if I take a little bit off your plate and you take a little bit off his plate, and that allows everybody to kind of at times lock in and focus in on different things as whatever the task at hand calls for.
What do you think we're going to say about him 5 years from now? About whether he's a lockdown defender or where he's a volume scorer or where he's a creator? 5 years from now, we look back and we talk about Steph Castle's game. What's going to be the characteristic that you think we talk about?
I think it could be what you just did, right? Like he has the capability of doing some of all that. And I think as long as he keeps his head on straight and keeps working, he's going to have the capacity to grow in all those areas. And
Steph Castle is going to be like a better Derek White. He's a more because Derek White, it took a long time to get confidence, and then I think he also came into the league a little older. So yeah, Steph Castle, he's going to be a more confident Derek White with a little bit more athleticism. He's going to be really good. Really, really good. Could potentially be a star. I'm not banking on it though, nor does he have to be, but he could be. I feel like Dylan Harper though definitely going to be a star, maybe even a superstar. Like I'm really bought into that.
I think that's a tremendous skill to have in this league, to be able to be a lockdown defender, to be able to be a volume scorer, to be able to create for your teammates. There are very good players that can't do all those things, and so for someone that has the potential that he has at his age, wow.
So you said he'll be an all-star. Is it crazy? Like, I saw some people upset with me saying this, and they're like, dude, you said this. Like, people love to do that when they just don't like one of my takes. They'll bring up something random that I said. And I said before that I feel like at some point Sohan could end up being in an all-star game, right? And when I said that, what I was referring to was the fact that when you're on a winning team and everyone is contributing to some degree, you add a little bit of popularity as well. And you just have that one pretty good season next to your superstar that you could end up making it to an all-star game. Like, I didn't think that was that crazy of a take to say that that doesn't mean that Jeremy Sohan is an all-star player. I think there's a difference there, right? Like, when you say you're an all-star player, I think that means like you can make an all-star, game any year, right? Throughout your prime younger day. Like you can make an all-star game any year and you do multiple ones, and I'm like, you're an all-star player. Making an all-star game, I don't think that's like that crazy to do. I know there's only so many spots, but I could very well see like a really good Spurs team, him having that one really good season, getting recognition. Maybe they win a championship, right? And then, he's one of those players popular enough, not popular demand, he might end up making an all-star game. I don't think that's crazy. Is that a crazy statement to say? I know it's really hard to make all-star games now, but like, I don't know. Would you call like DeJounte Murray an all-star player? He's not, but he made an all-star game. I can see that. Sohan could be an all-star. Castle could be an all-star player. Yeah. See, there's a difference, right? Like, I could see Castle being an all-star player. Dylan Harper will be an all-star player. And I could see Sohan making an all-star game. But, like, people love to bring that up when they're like, you said he'll be an all-star. It's like, I don't think it's that crazy. Yeah. Yeah, even DeJounte Murray got his all-star year. DeJounte Murray got an all-star game, but he's not an all-star player. He's not an all-star. Yeah, he did have all-star stats that year, though. But the thing about DeJounte, too, was that team was really bad, right? I think that might have hurt him, too. Made it a little more difficult for him to just make it in. But if the Spurs are being very successful, they win a championship or two, and he has a really good season, just one of those really good seasons, like, he's very popular. The NBA, they're going to want certain guys to be in there. And I think he'll be a popular one, a popular demand. I think he can make one.
How's Vic looking?
Good. No, he's healthy. It's great to see him back on the court again. We've all had a long off season. He's had a longer one, right? So it's just nice to be able to see him enjoy playing basketball.
You got the scrimmage coming up tomorrow and the preseason game right behind that. I mean, out of everybody on the roster, do you feel like he's chomping at the bit to get on the floor after that layoff that you mentioned?
I think so, for sure. And I think they all are, right? It's funny. It's already game time in the preseason now.
Oh, BR, I don't think anybody's talking about this season as far as all-stars, yeah. Wemby will be, but yeah, that's about it.
Only been day 4, but they're probably already tired of playing against each other, and you know how it goes. So they played against each other and competed, and now they want, to keep score for real, and that's what they should want. So it'll be fun.
I got to at least try. Is he 7'6"?
Don, I'm not. I can't get that high. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine.
I don't know. Willie Nelson could get that high.
You're talking about being yourself when you're putting this.
I never wanted to spend money for courtside seats. I mean, I can't. It's so expensive. I don't have the money for that. But man, seeing Wemby courtside could be something. Cause I've been to a couple games, and you don't really, like, he's obviously freakishly tall, but from my angle, you just can't really grasp how tall he is. I would want that. I would want to be on courtside. Maybe you guys can make that happen for me one day. We get enough subs. You guys donate enough, and maybe we can make that happen. Or maybe never. Just a dream. I'll wait till it's prime, and then the courtside seats will be $5 million.
Situations in life, you kind of learn more about who you are. So I'm curious, over this last year, what have you learned about what being yourself means?
Being yourself. What did you learn about being yourself? What if he just bust out in like a High School Musical song? That's such a corny question. It's fine. It's not. I'm not judging the guy for the question. It just came across as like, we're all in this together.
I think it means trusting the principles and the values that I was raised with as a person and what I believe in, and then I think also trusting and appreciating all the men.
And you can bet on that. Bet on it, bet on it, bet on it, bet on it.
Mentorship and the people that I've been blessed to work with and for in my time as a coach and even play for as a player, because you still draw upon those experiences as well.
You made it the two-way guys this camp just with
Yeah,
with these guys here?
we have 21 guys in camp, and all 21 guys have positively contributed to practice as much as any camp that I can remember in a variety of ways.
Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it.
Mitch Johnson's great, bro. I like Mitch Johnson a lot. I like him a lot. And you can bet on that. Bet on him, bet on him, bet on him, bet on it. That is the way. That song's a banger, bro. Yeah, heck yeah. Shout out Sleeper. As always, shout out Sleeper. Big shout out to Sleeper. Big shout out to Sleeper. Daily Fantasy Sports. $20 entry. That all you gotta do is download the app. Just go to the link below and download the app. You download the app, you get $20, and you. I don't know why I'm being so aggressive with you right now. I just download it. Download it. Or else. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. I hope I didn't scare anybody. All right. Here comes Vic. Big Vic. You guys probably don't know about this guy, but there's a guy we have on the team. He's okay. Probably more like a role player, but he's pretty good.
We could get back at it, the scrimmage, and then the preseason opening.
Yeah, man.
Comes quick.
Comes quick, that's true, but
He's gotten so big. I keep saying this, but he's obviously built muscle. And this is why, I know people were like, you know, Clayton, you look too into it. But this is why I didn't want him to do Eurobasket. I needed an actual offseason. And look at him. Looks great.
I wish it came quicker still. It might seem quick, but it's been long. For me, at least.
Oh, bro, I got to get back in the gym. I haven't been in the gym in a minute. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to the gym. So I got some stuff to do this weekend. After that, I'm gym nonstop, bro. Oh my God. Pause. No, I knew what I said. I'm proud of what I said. I knew what I said.
But yeah, now it is going 1,000 miles an hour right now.
Given that long
He looked like Muscle Man. Guys, that's past my time. I didn't actually watch regular show. I didn't actually watch regular show. I'm sorry. I just wanted to be hip like you guys. I know the phrases though. Your mom. Wait, that's not the. How do you do the voice? You know what else? Your mom. I'm sorry.
that you had the ability to get back on the floor tomorrow in front of those fans and in that arena for the first time since February. Like, how is that gonna hit you?
I'm very thankful just to have the opportunity to play. First of all, at the arena and in front of the fans is gonna be even more incredible. I know their energy is going to be up, and mine is too.
Mitch is going to let you play in the scrimmage, right? I know sometimes
of course.
They hold some people up.
Of course, I'm not leaving him a choice.
He said, I'm not leaving him a choice. I love it. He's scratched right here. I could have sworn. I thought that was a tattoo for a minute.
How have you managed, like, with just that want to get back on the court? How have you sort of managed the patience side of things in your life and the mindfulness and all that to give it time?
So while I was doing treatment this morning, I was just thinking that I can't wait for tomorrow. You know, the season of this will be tomorrow. But I remember that all the great thinkers agree that you need to focus on the present moment. So to make
it's in therapy too. Stay in the here and now.
I'm not gonna build a castle today, but you can lay a brick each day as good as possible.
Vic, you seem so excited about your off-season work and how hard you want to, how it's going to pay off. And then I think Jeremy told us the other day that he thinks we're going to be shocked at what we see. How much different will you be? Or, I mean, what have you added to your, what do you expect to be the biggest difference of the last time?
NBA League Pass says Carter Bryant is on injury report for Monday's preseason game 1. Is the preseason Monday? The preseason's on Monday? It came that fast? Yes? What time Monday? Yeah, we live streaming right after that. Man, I need to do something special, man. You make me some hot wings or something. They have a scrimmage. Yeah, I know about the scrimmage, but yeah, I want to see the preseason. Yeah, I got to do something for myself. I got to treat myself, okay? Queen deserves some hot wings, you know what I mean?
The biggest difference, I mean, you know, I think in general what describes my progression is like the ability to do more and to use like my skills, but I was like being slowed down by the maturity of the body, you know what I mean? And I'm still gonna be, of course, because, you know, we all of us young guys are, you know, trying to.
This is so real. Okay, I'll let him speak.
Or prime.
PS5, PS. Oh crap! What's that Central Time? Is that's 6 p.m. Central Time? 7? Wait.
Few years, but yeah, it's expanding, you know, the range of what my body is able to do.
You were talking on media day about how you felt like your workout program.
Oh, what I was gonna say was Wemby saying that his body had to catch up to his mind is, I think that's something we've already said, right? Like, it's so obvious, like his idea of it. That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy, because we already have like his top 10 plays are top 10 plays that will be in someone's entire career after retirement. Like, his top 10 plays so far has been insane, like literally insane. So the fact that he could get his body to do some of the things he's already has been able to do, I don't know how you stop him. Like, guys, I know this is a crazy thing to say, but like, I think Wemby could be one of those players that could just put up so many points any given night, like record number points. I don't know if we'll ever get to see like 100-point game from a player again, but if anybody could do it, it's Wemby.
Quite done that before, but you must have taken inspiration from other people. Like, who did you look to and who did you learn from to kind of shape your program?
I mean, examples of NBA legends, first of all, and other than that, I've listened to like therapists and also athletes from other sport. Not listen to them, but get inspired by them.
What do you think of your time with Dream, Hakeem, and
I thought he said Drake. I was like, why are you hanging out with Drake? Hang out with Kendrick. What are you doing? Hang out with some goats. Hang out with Kendrick, Eminem. I would even you could throw J. Cole in there. Hang out with some real rappers. What you doing? I legit thought they said Drake.
Footwork's legendary.
Yeah.
What did you take?
I mean, he still got it.
Name out some goats. Name out some goat rappers, chat.
I think he's 62. It was incredible, because it felt natural, you know, his advice. Even though it was a lot, it felt like I was absorbing it every day, and it was.
Now, you know, Busy Bone and Twist are no goats, but they are great. They are great. You throw in Project Pata.
Just a few days, but super useful, and he still got it, and it's natural for him, and it looked like it was a pleasure for him to teach. So I would want to go again for sure.
So we have a Vic Shake this year?
Yeah, he making sure he hang out with everybody. Any famous French goat rappers? Tony Parker. Black Thought? Ooh, Black Thought's a good one.
Yeah, of course.
Hakeem's got the footwork. KG's got a mouth on him. What was it like working with KG?
Super interesting. You know, he's got a very unique perspective on the relationship. You know, as a
Kanye? What year do you think it is? Nah, man. The latest you could have hung out with Kanye and been okay is maybe 2009. Ever since then, it's been downhill.
Their relationship with teammates and opponents, and even the refs. You know, it's even the media.
06.
Everybody, but yeah, he's really. I think he's really smart, emotionally, and he's got this energy, but he knows how to channel it and use it for best.
Victor, with Sean Sweeney on board, what will the defense look like this season? How will it look different?
Much more purposeful,
Blame Kardashian. Kim Kardashian gets a lot of hate. I don't keep up with all the celebrity drama. She gets a lot of hate, but she's actually all right. Seriously, didn't she just go to school for law or something? Didn't she just go to school for law? Something she seems like normal rich person, as normal as you can get as a wealthy person, right? Don't blame her for Kanye's antics. Now Kanye's crazy. Now Kanye got his own thing going on. Don't just blame. That's you just can't use that statement. Let's blame the wife, the ex-wife. Seriously, for all this? Come on.
I think we obviously it's easy to see the progress.
She's normal, just a blonde. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. T.I., Outkast, Mobb Deep, Missy Elliott, Scarface, Mystical. Okay, you're all over the place. Okay, okay, I agree with you with Deep, Missy Elliott, maybe T.I. and Outkast. Scarface, okay. Mystical? That Mystical, you're just naming people now. You're just naming people. But yeah, another GOAT is Andre. Out of all those, you said Andre 3000. Missy Elliott's a legend, but she's not as good as a rapper as the others, except for Mystical. She's a better rapper than Mystical.
The players, we see the results on the court because they're here on the court, and the cameras are on them. But the progress of the coaching staff have been really impressive. It feels like everybody knows their role better, and everybody, it's the fields are more targeted. Everybody has a clear role, and the staff is really pushing us forward. I think so far they're doing a great job.
That's great. Yeah, everyone has a clear role. It's just obvious. That's the thing. You're watching this. You're looking at this roster, and it's very obvious now. Before it was just okay, Sohan, can you just run center when Wemby sits down? It's so ugly. It's just been so ugly with what we've had to do. But yeah, we don't have to compensate for anything anymore. You said Lauryn Hill. I do love Lauryn Hill. Why don't you throw Doechii in there? She's not a GOAT yet, but Doechie's great. Tyler the Creator, he's great. I really like Tyler the Creator. Man, I like Tyler the Creator. One thing that pisses me off though, when people talk about coworker rap and corny rap, and they talk about Dax, which I agree, very corny, awful. Or that Tom McDonald dude. Okay, yes, very cringy. Both of them, very cringy, awful. Dax can rhyme and he can rap fast, but he's very corny. But then they'll say, well, he's like Hobson. No, he's not. Stop. Can we not stop doing that? Don't put Hobson in this mix, all right? Hobson, he got some corny moments, but Hobson is pretty dope. There's some truly dope Hobson stuff. Don't do that.
His first training camp as the head coach, are you noticing any other differences, either subtle or big, between previous camps you've been through?
Yeah, of course there's differences, but I also see the the old sometimes traditions. I don't know how to call it, right. But we do some very hard focused drills, and if we miss, we run, and that just smells like pop.
How much are you aware of the arena issue that's going on, and have you?
Oh, that's a good question.
An opinion or a side of how you have the Spurs asked you to give input?
He doesn't. I'm gonna assume he. Wait, why would the Spurs ask him for his input? He probably doesn't understand the intricacies of what's going on right now, right? Wemby's a very smart dude. And like I said in the other segment, one of my pet peeves are people that comment on things when they don't know anything about it, where it's it's okay to acknowledge you don't know much, but Wemby's a pretty wise dude, even at his age. I guarantee you the way he's going to answer this is something in the lines of, it will be great, but I haven't paid attention to it. I don't know too much about it. He's going to be honest. I doubt that he knows much about it.
Not really. They haven't really asked me or us really. But yeah, we've just as yesterday actually, we've been presented kind of we heard about it a little bit, but I haven't really gotten much into it. But I mean, it's interesting. Of course, as a player, as a member of the team, of course I would love a new arena. But I know there's some more depth to the subject.
See? There it is. He's smart. He's like, I'm telling you guys, it's just a vibe, man. Some people, like, they would just go on here and just, like, say this, and just pop out the mouth with things they don't know anything about, and it pisses me off so much. Like, if I tell you guys something, it's because I'm very confident in what I'm saying. And if I don't know, I literally will say, I'm not sure. This is my opinion right now, but it can change, right? I think it's very healthy to have flexibility mentally, right? Because if you don't, then you start dealing with a lot of cognitive dissonance, and you're making things fit in a puzzle that doesn't actually fit in that puzzle. You don't want to get to that point. You become pretty tough to deal with. I'll be honest.
Have you seen the drawings and those kind of things?
I haven't.
Okay.
You went out to LA to work with Harrison. Him and his trainers, they do things a little bit differently with how they manage the floor. What did you learn out there, and what are some of the things you did there kind of changing the game?
It was lots of reps and lots of off-ball rep, and I think it was really useful because, like, the muscle memory, it's like.
Can you stop? All right, Method Man and Red Man, I agree with you. Busta Rhymes, I agree with you. Will Smith, Fresh Prince. Parents just don't understand. What are you talking about? Big Pun, all right. LL, okay. Nas, okay. You just summertime, okay. Yeah, Fresh Prince got a couple songs, classic, but he's not like a GOAT rapper. He was fun. He had a few fun songs. He's not a GOAT rapper though. Yeah, Summertime, Parents Don't Understand, Nightmare. There's a nightmare on my street. Like, it's fun. I like those songs, but come on. Clan Blasphemy. Come on. You just put Nas and Will Smith in the same category. Come on. And Big Pun. Come on. Let's be real. Let's be honest here.
Like some general principles that are applied kind of in every team, but the muscle memory.
But you know all them lyrics, huh? I like the songs, but we're talking like 3 songs versus like people spitting. You know? Come on now.
It really worked. Now, I think I react quicker to the.
There's a nightmare
to what
on
my teammates show. Of course, doesn't feel right when we're not playing. Doesn't feel right when I'm not playing.
Flavor Flav.
And
he's a hype man. You don't count.
It was my first time being away from official games for so long. First of all, but a few months back, it was my first time being away from shooting the basketball for so long. So, yeah, it was a real subject to manage, of course.
Vic, you've been here for 3 years now, starting year 3. How your role as a leader has been evolving over the years, and maybe taken from guys like Chris Paul and
Recast.
Of course, you can say anything you want, but yeah, of course, I think my role as a leader, as a young player, for me the first thing is knowing the game and knowing myself better. When I remember coming here as a rookie, or even before my first NBA games, there was a lot of uncertainty in what I could do and what I should do on the court. Just a lot of unknowingness, like not knowing what to do. So it was hard to communicate effectively to my teammates. That's for the basketball aspect, but for the locker room, for the off-court aspect, it's always been there, of course. And we got great guys, we all get along together. So
that's why there was such BS when people blamed Sohan for not passing Wemby the ball when no one knows how to play with Wemby. He couldn't even communicate himself what he needed out of his team. Big Daddy Kane. Ooh, Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane is like one of those first rap, like the intricate rhyme schemes that we have today. I think you can thank Big Daddy Kane for that. He was saying stuff where it was like, what the heck? What the heck? You know, like no one was rapping like that. Yeah, Big Daddy Kane. That's a real one. That's a good one. That's a good one. I think my dad has a Big Daddy Kane record. But yeah, you need a. I mean, I already did, so you probably didn't do it. But like, I think that dude, what's his name? Marshall Mathers, Slim Shady, Eminem. What else was they called? B Rabbit. That dude. That's the goat. That's the goat.
Oh, so that's easy, but this is also an area.
Snoop Dogg. Even though I don't really like Snoop Dogg, like as a person, I think he's flippy floppy. I think Tupac was right about him, but he is a legend. Yeah. I do have a friend named Cheddar Bob who shot himself in the leg with his own gun.
I really got better at, like knowing myself and knowing the game better, because you know, months ago and coming to practice, you know, if I couldn't use my arm, you know, I tried all the different types of squats possible in the weight room, and after that, I saw every shot I took probably last season, and looked at 1,000 situations of the game, so I got much more knowledge, if I can say that, you know. I didn't get more reps in game, but I got more knowledge.
A lot of times.
That's awesome, bro. Wimby's gonna be great. Doggy Style is a great album. Not a Snoop Dogg fan, but legend for sure. Same as Dre. Yeah, legends. As I look up in the sky,
Offseason, the player wants to add.
a tear drops my eye. My body temperature falls. I'm shaking and they breaking, trying to save a dog. That's probably my favorite Snoop Dogg song, honestly.
Improvement to one area of the game, like I want to shoot threes better or whatever. Is there something that you're concentrating on one particular aspect, or just your overall?
There's multiple, but there's multiple. Yeah, I have time.
I was just talking to Keldon about his Western wear wearing cowboy hats. I've seen you wear that a couple times. You enjoy donning that
That's true.
a little bit?
Yeah, of course I enjoy it. I can't say I live the lifestyle as much as Keldon, but I enjoy it.
Do you think Wimby can do a sea walk? Yes. I don't know. I feel like Wimby can do anything. I feel like Wimby does like literally everything. I don't know, bro. He might be a marine biologist, all I know. I feel like he can do everything. He could if he tried. He can do any. He can do everything. I don't know. Quadruple up opening night. At least we have Wimby opening night. That is true. That is true, guys. At least we have Wimby opening night. That's all that matters, anyways. But we're probably not gonna have Sohan. We're probably not gonna have Fox. We won't have Fox. It's unfortunate. All right. Last order of business. P. Diddy got 4 years. That's not the last order of business, but can you believe P. Diddy got 4 years? Why did P. Diddy only get 4 years? How in the heck does P. Diddy only get 4 years? What are we on, bro? How does he only get 4 years? How does P. Diddy get 4 years? Do you know how crazy P. Diddy is? How did he get 4 years? How? 4 years? Are we joking? How? I thought they said 11. It's 4. It's like 4 years. Like 4 years and 2 months. Dude was an absolute monster. 4 years. Yeah, I'm dead serious. 4 years. He got 4 years. 4 years and 2 months. Meanwhile, somebody could be caught with like some coke and get more time than that. Insane, bro. This is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah. One for every inch, what they say. I guess, man. I guess that's what they went for. I don't know. It's kind of funny. I watch Skeeter Gene. You guys know like Predator, people that find predators or whatever. and he does the whole like Chris Hansen thing. And I saw one video. It was just so funny, bro. It was a guy meeting up with he thought with two girls, two underage girls, and Ski comes out and he's like, wow. So it's almost like, you know, you had a choice in this. It's like you had an angel on one shoulder and P. Diddy on the other. He says like you had an angel on one shoulder and P. Diddy on the other. That was so funny. That was so funny. But yeah, screw P. Diddy. All right, we got a couple things. I want to look at. So this is from Locked On Spurs. I can't really find the clip of this, but we have Carter Bryant. So let's see what Carter Bryant had to say. And then also we have a clip from our practice, which I'm really looking forward to.
But is there kind of a guy area that's kind of standing out for you, a vet? That's like, you know what?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Who is that guy?
I would say HB. HB is the biggest one, Harrison Barnes. All the guys have took me under their wing, like Jeremy, Devin, Keldon. Like, everybody's been welcoming me with warm arms. So I'm grateful, but I would say HB is the dude that constantly pulls me to the side. I know if I have a question, like, I'm shooting straight over to HB. I'm like, yo, why does this happen? What's the purpose behind this? What's the purpose behind that? So he's always been there for me.
Oh, that's great. They're already like connecting with everyone. It is very obvious that Harrison Barnes will be, you know, the main guy, the main vocal guy now. He's just so smart. He said 50 Cent wrote a letter to the judge and posted it. What did the letter say? Was it about P? I mean, he's against it, right? Because I don't think 50 would like P. Diddy. I'm curious what he said. All right. We have Rashad Lewis. So you guys know, well, actually, you probably didn't know this. I really liked Lewis when he played for the Magic. Like, I was hoping that him and Turkoglu would win a championship when they were over there. I think, when they make it to the finals, was it 2011? I think it was 2011. That was really great to watch. But he's a great basketball mind. And, you know, everybody that's so worried, you know, him getting hired as far as player development coach, everyone's so worried about our shooting. I mean, he was one of those guys that were letting it fly before big men were doing it like that. You know, he was one of the first, I would say. But you can see them in practice. Wouldn't be chalking it up with them. He's ridiculously tall. Yeah, you love to see it, though. You love to see it. And they could be talking about anything. They could be talking about, you know, playing GTA next year when it comes out, and, you know, Wimby saying that he really likes McDonald's. And he always gets the double cheeseburger with his small fries. You know, they could be talking about anything. But then again, I just love to see it, and it's just a constant reminder that the Spurs got so many competent people in the helm, guys. Like, I really buy. So, you know, I have not been one, and, you know, I get accused of being like too much of an optimist sometimes. I don't think that that's true necessarily. Like, there's players that I feel like, oh, they could be really good in the future, but it's not something where, like, when I talk about the season as a whole, how I feel, I didn't think we would make the playoffs last season. Okay, I didn't. I knew that the first year we had Wimby, we weren't going to do anything, right? Now, I didn't know we'd be that bad as far as the record, but I knew we weren't going to do anything. So I didn't think we'll make the play-in this past season. I didn't think we'll make the playoffs, yada, yada, yada. But this season, I am fully, even if we have some guys in and out of the rotation with injuries, I am fully committed to the idea that the Spurs will be 4th seed in the West. I think they are that good. I think they have good enough minds. I think it's about that time. I think adding Fox, a genuinely good Fox, really good Fox, okay? Because he's going to be healthy eventually. It's going to be nasty, bro. It's going to be nasty work. I just have a really good feeling about this season. Really great season. Great feeling about this season. So I'm going with 4th. I do want to know what you guys think, but that's my thoughts. And I'm sticking to that. Okay. We face the Nuggets in the first round. I guess it depends on where the Nuggets. Well, I guess maybe. No, we wouldn't. What we face? I don't know. I don't know where they're gonna land. I just know we've gotten so much better. A side of mac sauce to dip the fries in. Yeah. I'm sorry, I was trying to read the comments. Wimby said taco was better. What, like Taco Bell? I never judge people. You guys know, like, I'm somebody that I want people to just live the lives that their authentic lives, however they want to live it. I think that it's nice to have your opinions, right, on things. Now, you know, some opinions is like, no, that's not just an opinion. You guys know what I mean. But other opinions is like, okay, what's your favorite movie? You know, what's your favorite food choice or stuff like that. That's fine. But the only thing I will judge you for, is if you like Taco Bell. If you like Taco Bell, I'm going to judge you. Well, you know what? Maybe I won't judge you fully, but if you say Taco Bell is better than any fast food place, like major fast food place, mainstream fast food place, I'm going to judge you. Okay? Now, if you can say I enjoy Taco Bell and it's garbage, I can respect that. But if you try to convince me Taco Bell is actually good, I'm going to judge you. I think you're a bad person. I think you should be in jail. Jack in the Box Monster Tacos. I don't have any of that. But I guarantee it's better than Taco Bell. That meat is not real. Taco Bell is garbage. So I will judge. I love you, but I love you from a distance. What are we talking about? Oh, this season. Gonna be a great season. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is top tier now. Chick-fil-A is top tier. Chick-fil-A is top tier. I throw my morals away when it comes to Chick-fil-A. I'm sorry. It's just too good. I don't like what they stand for. But I'm sorry, man. I just can't get enough. I don't know. It's addicting, bro. I'm sorry. Clan Taco Bell meat is 40% meat and the rest is everything else. Yeah, isn't it like oatmeal or something? Isn't it like ground beef and then like oatmeal or something is in it? Something they put in it. I'd rather have Chick-fil-A than chicken tacos over Taco Bell. Wait, I'd rather have Chick-fil-A chicken tacos than Taco Bell. Oh, yeah. I would rather have anything from Chick-fil-A than Taco Bell. Grains for sure. Oh, it's grains. Yeah. Yeah, it's something they put in that. Sitting restaurants are actually cheaper than fast food. Are they? I guess you get, probably. Yeah, you get more quality food. You probably get a little bit more food for the same price. Yeah, because fast food places have become very expensive lately, man. You had Chick-fil-A today? It's fire, bro. Chili's gives you more food. Yeah, you get more food. Yes, you do get more food. Clan not as bad as Wendy's Chili Day. 4 square patties. Wendy's in every aspect is better than Taco Bell. Says the person with a Whataburger number. Oh, wait, who? What a breezy. That's a pic. Service post-COVID still sucks everywhere. I feel like service before COVID sucked too. But, you know. Anyways, guys, I'm hopping off. I appreciate the love. I'll be back on Monday. The Spurs are playing. That should be fun. So we'll go live Monday night and talk about that preseason game. That should be nice. We should have quite a few people in too. That's just how that goes. Yeah, laters. Raising Cane's. I actually never had it. Scrimmage tomorrow, yeah. All right. See you on Monday. Bye.